If they need to arrest me, let them arrest me and give me my day in court and bring proof. 8 foreigners killed my husband. I told him, I will not accept that. If they need to arrest me, let them arrest me and give me my day in court and bring proof.
All right. Tsidi, let's bring you back into the conversation. Today, your father's case received a mention from the police commissioner who is on suspension in Mpumalanga. And she says that Major General Mukangwe admitted to accepting a 5 million rand bribe, which was shared between himself and General Masemula, the National Police Commissioner. If you had a chance to address either Mr. Bobim Taung, this is the person who allegedly gave the money, because he is the one that is worried, according to the commissioner, that if the commissioner comes back to work, the case of the Mpumalanga or the Mbombela Stadium is going to be revived. If you had a chance to address Mr. Bobim Taung or General Fanny Masemula, what would you say to them as the daughter of Jimmy Mohlala?
You know, the first thing that I will ask them is that, do they have children themselves? Do they have a family? And for everything that they did to us, if the wheels has to turn now and everything has to happen to them, how would they actually feel if this will happen to them? Because this is like it happened just now. It's like, you know, when I received this news today, it felt like it's new. It's not an old story. It's not an old sin that our father was assassinated 2009. And the money that they actually spent to bribe for them to undercover the case and to make sure that documents are being lost and everything to cover up the investigation. What justice would it bring to them? How will they even face God himself for them to say that they killed our dad? Will they have any sleep? And will they even ever try to bring back our lives, because they took our lives from us?
Yeah.
Because yes, they cannot bring our dead to life, yes, but all we want justice. And can they bring back everything that they have taken from us? Meaning our health, our mental health, our spirituality, you know, our career, because we suffered as the children of the late Jimmy Mohlala. We suffered. I, for one, I suffered a lot. I had to, even at work where I was working before, like I mentioned earlier, I had to find myself being cautious of who I speak to, who I accompany myself with, because even the people that I was working with, they were sometimes thinking that Tidish is now being involved with the people that are wrong, with the people that are being part of what happened to her there. Yet I didn't even know anything about that, but I felt that everything was overwhelming me.
Yeah.
So what I would say to them is that may God judge them, may justice judge them accordingly. May they feel the pain that we felt. It's a pity because there's children involved even in their lives. But however, even the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah that you will face consequences. Even your own children will suffer the very same pain that you caused for others. That is according to Psalms 149. So that is what I would say to them. So whatever, even the book of Psalms 35 says, contend with those who contend with me and fight with those who fight against me. And it further says that the very same pain that you caused for these children, your own children and your next generation and your next generation will face the very same consequences.
Yeah. Mrs. Mpahlanyane, let's conclude the conversation. You'll perhaps get the last word here. With what has been revealed today about the handling of cases, particularly politically sensitive cases such as that of your husband, do you trust the police? Do you believe that one day the murderers of your husband will possibly be revealed? Or are you leaving everything in God's hands, as Tidi appears to say?
Pauline, one has to live by faith. Experience taught us that nothing hides under the dark. No trust. There's no trust in the subs, and there's no trust in our leaders. There's no trust in our political party that's leading this nation. It's a mess. It's a mess because we all understand these cases were not very complicated cases. They were clear to be resolved. They were direct. But people come in and meddle with them, mess up everything. We have no trust.
Can I just say something quickly before you conclude the point? I think part of the reason, I forgot to mention this, part of the reason I ask you whether you trust the police is that the gun that was allegedly used to kill your husband was found to have been a gun that belonged to a police officer. Do you still remember telling me that?
Cody, I was coming there. The gun that killed my husband is from the sub's office. It belonged to one of them, who is still probably on payroll even up to date. Unfortunately, I do not know him. I've been refused to meet him and know him because I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. I can do nothing to them. But it was confirmed by NPA themselves through the ballistic test. It's not me who's saying that. It's not rumors. It's on record. It was said in court. Some people were even arrested for stealing the gun from that officer. And when they got to court, again, when it was identification, it was also fixed and messed up again. When I asked them to show me, to meet this person and try to find out how his gun got to whoever, those foreigners, I was refused to know him. I was refused to speak to him. I was refused to be shown who that is. And one said, it hurts me to say this, an official from SAPS, from the very same office where the gun came from, replaced Semi in the Department of Culture Sports. Wow. It's a known fact. It's not a secret. It's a known fact.
Sure.
So how can you trust these people? Many a times when I went to them to report incidents of break-ins to my house and all of that, they would tell me they can't talk to me. They can't open a case, nobody died. Where on earth have you heard this? Even when I said there are fingerprints on the blinds, they refused to come and take those fingerprints at my house. I had to carry on with life with all these intimidations. They never stopped with Semi. They also came after me and my children.
Pinky Mpahlanyane, please allow me to thank you for once again talking to you, and I genuinely wish you everything of the best in terms of finding out ultimately who was responsible for the murder of your husband. Thank you very much for opening up to us. And to you, Tidi Mohlala, thank you very much for sharing the story of how you have been affected by the murder of your father. And may you find out ultimately who killed your father. Thank you very much to both of my guests, Pinky Mpahlanyane, the widow of Semi Mpahlanyane, and Tshidi Mohlala, the daughter of the late Mbombela Speaker Jimmy Mohlala. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll bring you more.